this is David. With me today, I have Nisha Medeiros. She is a student at the University of New Mexico and a cadet with the Army ROTC. The discourse community we both share is that we both are part of the Army ROTC. Hi, Nisha. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here.
I want to begin by asking you what life is like as an Army cadet.
So, life as an Army cadet definitely differs from that of a typical college student. We're expected to be up extremely early, which means that we can't do the late night study sessions that most college students do. A bunch of my peers like to go to the library at 2 in the morning, which I just can't keep up with since I need to be up before the sun even rises the following morning. We have a lot of physical demands. We have to manage our time well with our commitments, and it takes a lot out of us to both be a soldier and be a student at the same time, and it's very demanding.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. I myself had a difficult time growing accustomed to all the various areas that make someone a good cadet. Something I'd like to ask you about is our language. It is very unique in the sense that we use many acronyms. Would you say you had a difficult time learning these? And would you please share some of them with us?
When I first joined the program, it was definitely hard for me to communicate with others around me because I didn't know these acronyms that are used on a daily basis. So when people would give instructions or when we would discuss things, I could not pick up on what was being said since I didn't have this understanding. It is hard to learn at first, but once you get it down, you find yourself using it on an everyday basis. Some examples are AAR, which stands for an after action review. And this is something we use every day. It's pretty much just a review of what you've done, what you can do better, and so on. We also say things such as PT, which is normally known as physical therapy, but on our side of the spectrum, it's known as physical training, which is something we also do every morning. There's other things such as FRAGO, which is a fragmentation warning, and just so many other acronyms that we use every day.
So, what would you say has been the most difficult thing to learn since joining the program, and what's been its greatest benefit?
I would say the hardest thing to learn is just the Army way of life, since it differs so drastically from the civilian way of life. Having to learn things like the chain of command and the ranking system and who outranks you, because then this then tells you how to give the proper respect by calling them by the proper names, by rendering a salute, and just basic customs and courtesies that we need to practice every day. On the other hand, the biggest benefit is just being a part of an organization that's bigger than myself. I get to serve my nation and protect my country, and that's something that feels so amazing to any individual who gets a chance to do it.
Awesome. So, what are some popularly held beliefs that one may have about the Army that are inaccurate?
Well, when people hear the term army, they initially think of war and fighting, which isn't necessarily true. There are many other careers in the army that help the army to function as a whole but aren't combative. There's things such as Signal, which is like an IT corps. There's a finance corps. I myself am going into the nursing corps where I'm going to be working in an army hospital as a nurse.
Thank you so much, Nisha, for doing this interview with me. Everything was very insightful, and I'm glad to have you here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.